Well, this John Bench Fisherman got an ultralight on the bench today. It's a Garcia Cardinal Black Max UL. I think I had one of these things back in the day. It's got a problem. The anti-reverse works sometimes. It's made in January of '98. These were quality reels. They really were. They were good little reels. I remember I had one for a while. Really don't know what I did with it, but it's got a serviceable drag in it. That's always nice. We'll pop all this out and take a look at it. It seems to be stuck. There should be a fiber washer underneath that, but there isn't. No. If it is, maybe it is a fiber washer underneath that. It is. Wow. You would have never thought that was a washer in there. It looked like pieces of plastic. Okay. Let's move along. I believe, let's take the handle off. I believe you got to take the rotor off of this one to get the body apart. Nope, I was wrong. You know I like Garcia, so I got this in a box of parts reels. I just did a Shimano out of that same box. That yeah, it was it's a Shimano Sedona rear drag. She was messed up. To get into this one, you got to take this bottom plate off. This is one of the early reels. They did this bottom plate thing too. It's like a heel guard, I guess you call it. And then you can get to the other two. They're ugly without that, ain't they? Good dang, that's ugly. This is a metal reel, all metal. I may put it in my ultralight reel collection. I got a shelf full of ultralights. Yeah, that's not gonna fit. There are different ones, like from, like I got some Daiwa Seikos. How many of y'all even heard of a Daiwa Seiko? Well, there's a piece of metal out there, and that's never a good thing. It's not off the gear. Oh, there's why the anti-reverse isn't working. The spring's off of it. Look at that. There it is. That's what's wrong with this reel right there. I can fix that. That's even a metal cover. You got a bearing. We'll take a look at that in a minute. There's some shims. That's just old grease. All right, to get the axle shaft out of there, just take this one screw out. It's so far a 1-ball bearing reel. That just pulls right out. Then down in there, you got your crosswind gear. There's no bearing down on that end. It might be a bushing. There's no bearing. That's going to be a little difficult to reach, isn't it? I'll have to use a socket. It looks like a 12 millimeter. That's probably a 12. Yep. All right. We're going to go after it with the ratchet. Okay, it's a left-hand thread. Discovered that the hard way, didn't we? That comes out. That's just your lock. We'll come back to this. This is your bail trip and retainer. All one piece. See, there's 2 screws in that, and then it's a sealed bearing, folks. That's pretty darn cool. Sealed bearing. There's a shim. Or maybe not. No, no shim. Is there a shim? No. And there's your worm gear. Don't need to take this off. This is your anti-reverse, Paul. We can clean that up. Let's see what this thing's made of. Take the bail wire off first so we can see which side's got the spring in it. That's how I find out. I take the bail wire loose from the bail arm. Make sure there's no shims. There is a shim up in there. There's a roller. Take that out. Yeah, see your bail springs underneath there, and this is your trip side. So it goes like that. So there's going to be some stuff up under here. It's a Max UL, Black Max UL. I remember these reels. I remember saying, man, that's a nice looking reel. I'm picking one up. Like I said, I have no idea what I did with it, though. Gave it to one of the kids. Sold it at a flea market or yard sale. Who knows? So this thing, I can clean that right in place. We're going to leave that alone. Let's see what the bail spring looks like. Oh, that wasn't good. That thing is tight. I'll get it down in there. God, I messed that screw up. God, damn it. That one's going to have to get a little bit of a Sharpie to fix it. I may not be able to get that one out. That one's in there, man. That thing is... Oh, that's not good. What in the world? Completely butterflied it. That screw is stuck. Oh, I'll clean it up with a file and take a Sharpie to it. Look at that. I'm surprised it didn't break. It's a brass screw. That thing is stuck. I don't know if it's got Loctite on it or what. I'll clean it up. That was horrible. That was a bad job, John. Bad job. Not 100% my fault, though. Didn't expect it to be stuck like that. And there's your bail spring. That's the whole entire reel. I'll clean it up. And we'll check it out. Put it back together. Still don't understand where that piece of metal came from. It's still laying here. I got a feeling I know where it's from. That's why I'm cleaning up on this. I kind of felt like it might have been where that bell wire rides, but no, nothing in there. All right. Well, we'll clean it up. Come on back. I'm back, but I couldn't fix it. So when I was taking this thing apart, remember I said there was a little piece of metal up in here? Yeah. Well, you see, I don't know if you can see that too good, but there's a big chunk missing. Let me see if I can find something to point to it with for you. There's a big chunk missing right in there. But I'm going to go ahead and put the reel back together just in case somebody out there has got one of these they want to try to fix. There's the piece that broke out of it. It's a real shame. It's a nice little reel, but not really fixable. It's just good for parts now. So, I mean, you know, it happens, but it sucks. Let's go ahead and put her back together. Over on this end, you've got your bell spring. It goes in like that. And your bell arm, which has a hole in it there. And you lock that in. And it gets one of these larger screws here. I can tell you why that happened to this reel. It had braid on it. When it came in, it had braid on it. And somebody has hit something really hard. And it's jerked the spool to the side of the roller and just broke that out of there. And it really sucks. This is why I don't like braid. People are putting braid on reels that they're not made for it. They're putting, because of the diameter, they can put a heavier line on, and it overstresses the reels. And I see damaged reels daily from braid. Now, one can argue and say, well, they weren't quality reels. Okay, that's fine. But there's a lot of good old collectible reels that are going into garbage because of braid. That's my step on the soapbox this morning. But I don't like the stuff. So it is what it is. I'm going to build it like I'm going to use it. Because, I mean, I may find another one of these for parts or whatever. And, you know, fix this one. Or make a good one out of two or something like that. I'm basically just putting it back together to get it off the bench. I like to keep my parts reels all in one piece for the most part. So, and when that turns, that flips that little bell trip down. So, but normally it would just rest in this position right here. Okay. Let's get the screw back in there. I think that's the screw I messed up. I'm not going to worry about it too much now. What you could do, though, let me show you how I fix it. Take a file and get those little rough edges off of there, right? Those butterflies, I call them. The screwdriver will still fit into it, so it's not done by any means, but it's not pretty anymore. But just reshape it. Take your black Sharpie. So see how I reshaped the end of the screw. Take your black Sharpie. Go over it. There you go. Then tighten it down. Like I said, I could have easily fixed this. The little problem I found with this reel, besides the major problem I found, it was easily fixable. This washer goes down in there, and then your line roller, give it just a little bit of oil. Excuse me. The line roller goes on there, and then your screw comes in. I'd almost bet you $1 this reel's going to run fine when I get done with it. Let's go ahead and do the spool. These drag washers are really, really stiff. They are some kind of a leather, I guess. Goes in like that. And then the eared washer. And then your other drag washer. And like I said, I could easily fix this reel. These drag washers are still fine. And then this goes in. I want to say they had this together wrong, but we'll see here. Yeah, they did. This was supposed to go in first, I think. No, they had it right. Or did they? Yeah, this was in, and this goes in on top of it. Like that. And this retains the whole thing, which is kind of a pain to get in there, not gonna lie. Oh, Lordy. Because it's got to go behind that piece, and that's where it slipped out of. That was one of the small problems with this reel, not a major problem. Nothing that couldn't be repaired. Good day. Well, it doesn't want to cooperate. That's good. All right. It ain't coming out, is it? There's how that goes in there. What that does is it holds your... This will, when you tighten it down, it will snap into that and hold it in place. Okay? All right. Let's move on here. Over here. Put your cross wind in. You got put plenty of grease there. Wouldn't hurt. Well, I'll grease this part up. Cross wind gear can go in. Give it some grease. Get your little peg to the back and put your cross wind on. Like that. Then, before we get too far along, we've got to put this back together. Already oiled the bearing. Put the seal on the bearing out. Unsealed side in. And see, that would ride where that piece is broken. Unfortunately, You ain't riding on anything now. Now let's put the retainer in. This is your retainer and your bell trip. I took these two little small screws. Yeah, I did it wrong. I left the anti-reverse out of it. Hang on. You'll get it. I wonder why that bearing didn't want to sit in there right. So I'm assuming this goes in there like this. Yeah. And then the bearing goes on top of that. Like that. Much better. Fits better when it's in there right? Oh, lordy. Them little screws. Got them in perfect the first time, you know. But gotta get my fingers turned just right. I've had a couple tough reels here lately. Man, that Sedona 2500 RB was to get that drag knob off the back. I never planned on that. Okay. The gear. The gear takes, this was broke off or snapped off of it, and that's why it didn't have any anti-reverse. So we're going to put it back on, and it's bent. That wire goes in that little groove on there. That wire, it's bent because that reel broke, and bent that wire when it broke. So we're going to fix that. That wire right there sits in that slot. So you got to kind of, some of them have a hole in the gear where you can watch it go in there, but you can see that one. So the anti-reverse is cut off right now. But it's working again. Then it gets a shim. And this gear, which the sealed side goes up. And you're, hold on, I'm about ready to screw up, ain't I? Hang on, John. Damn it. Yeah, I gotta take that. I have to take the gear back out. We'll fix that. I gotta put this on. And this just slides. It's keyed, so it only go one way. And you got this guy here. Sits in there. And then you put this rotor nut on, which is left-hand thread. Nice little Garcia reel. Wish I could have fixed it. I love fishing with these ultralights, especially the old ones. I get all nostalgic and shit. All right, then your shaft has to go back in. I got ahead of myself, didn't I? All right, and then this little bitty screw goes in there. This reel may work fine. I don't trust it though. We'll see what it does when I get it together and give it a little spin. And once again, you gotta line that wire up. What's that? Go. And put the cover screws in. Whoa. I don't know why it broke like that, other than that it had braid on it. So I could very well have done it. See, it's got a lot of wiggle, but we're not done yet. This piece goes on. It's a heel pad. It's one of the first reels I've seen, earliest reels I've seen with a heel pad on it. Heel guard, I guess you could call it. And let's put the handle on and see how it operates. Shoot, it's smooth as glass. What the heck? It shouldn't be operating at all. Okay, maybe we'll try fishing with it. Anyway, we'll put the spool and drag on it. See how the drag feels. How's the reel working right with a whole chunk of metal missing out of it? I don't have a clue. Drag feels pretty good. Okay, so this is made for 2, 4, and 6 pound test. I'd probably put 3 on it, 3 pound test. And yes, you can get 3 pound test. It had braid on it. It was like probably 15 pound braid or something. I hate this stuff, man. I really do. Okay. I'm going to try to fish with it. I'll put some line on it. Put it on a rod and see what it will do. It did turn out nice, didn't it? Look how smooth. I wasn't even going to put this video up, and now I'm thinking, yeah, why not? It surprised me how well I thought it was going to be really, really hard to turn or real wobbly. It had a little wobble to it, but then once you put the shaft in there, it was fine. I'm just cleaning out the extra oil here. What do you think, folks? From where it started, it shouldn't even be that good. I'm not gonna lie, but there it is. It's a Black Max UL Cardinal. 2 ball bearing, Ultracast design. It's got the tapered spool, which is really cool. Well, we'll try it. What can I say? We'll try it. Oh, let me leave that right there so y'all can see it as I make my departure here. Hey, I'm getting real close to getting enough subscribers, so please hit the subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm not really looking to make money at this, but it'd be nice to be able to afford to make enough money to keep buying reels. I've spent money in the last month I didn't really have to buy reels to put on this channel. I haven't really sold that many reels. I didn't sell that many at the sale. I sold more tackle boxes and stuff like that than I did reels. So, yeah, please subscribe. I'm getting real close to being able to sustain the channel. You know, keep buying reels, doing them, then I'll just sell the reels. I usually lose money on it, even though the reels are fully serviced. I put a lot of new parts in these things. If it needs bearings, whatever, I'll buy bearings for them. And that thing's a little stiff, isn't it? There it goes. It's getting better. So I want to sustain the channel. So please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate it. This is John Bench Fisherman. I'll be back with another one. We've got some interesting stuff coming up.